courtyard of a castle, surrounded by rich and fantastic medieval buildings. Just like woman, they snatching at conclusions foolishly, a prey to the passing moment or any shift of weather. Good luck or bad luck, you can't take either with calmness. One of you always contradicting another, then others contradicting her. Whether in joy or pain you laugh and lament on the selfsame note, can now be quiet and wait to hear the decision our noble mistress come to for herself and for us. Where are you, Passionless, or whatever your name is? Come out from behind these gloomy castle walls. If it were in to tell you wonderful hero of my arrival, and ensure me a welcome thank you. Take me to him without delay. I am weary of wandering. Rest is what I want. There's no one to be seen, lady, not anywhere. That ugly thing has disappeared. She may be still in the mist we came out of so suddenly somehow, without even taking a step. Or she may be astray in this labyrinth of a castle. It seems like several turned into one, seeking her master to ask him about receiving you. But look, all at once, there's a lively commotion of servants flitting about up there in the galleries, at the windows and doorways. It points to a formal reception welcoming you. My heart leaps up. Oh, look! A procession of young people coming down the stairs. So charming, so decorous, so measured. Who can have ordered it and assembled it so quickly? What shall I most admire in these handsome boys? Their graceful walk, their locks of hair, their shining brows, their cheeks as red as peaches, and as dory. I'd love to bite them, but dare not when I think in a similar case. Oh, horror of the mouth that was filled with ashes! But here they come, the beauties. What can they be carrying? Steps to a throne, carpet and chair, a canopy, embroidered, drawn slowly like waltzes of cloud over the queen who, on invitation, has mounted the throne. Move forward and range yourselves in rows on the steps. Blessed, thrice blessed, be this stately ceremony. What the chorus says here has been enacted step by step. When the long procession of squares and pages are all down, Faust appears at the top of the stairs, dressed like a medieval courtier, and slowly descends. Observing him closely, unless these are passing gifts, led by the gods for a brief space only, as is their way, this man's admirable figure, his lofty bearing, and agreeable presence will ensure him success in everything he undertakes. whether in serious battle or in the lighter warfare with fair woman. Must I say I prefer him to many I have seen that were thought most highly of. Now I see the prince reverently advancing with slowly and solemn step. O Queen, turn your head. Approaching with a man in chains. Instead of the solemn words of welcome appropriate to the occasion, I bring you this man in chains, who by falling in his duty made me fail in mine. Kneel down here and confess your fault to this greatest of women. Here is a man with a rare gift of seeing, appointed to keep close watch from the tower on sky and land for anything that happens either here or in the valley or the hills beyond. The movement of flocks and herds, it may be, or the approach of an enemy. We protect the one and comfort the other. But today, what a lapse! You came and he never reported it. We were unable to receive so great a guest with honor due. His life is forfeited. He would have already died the death he deserves, save that it is for you, and only you, to punish or pardon at your discretion. This is a great dignity you offer on me, making me both judge and ruler. Perhaps tentatively, but I accept it, and exercise the judge's duty to hear the accused. Let him speak. Let me kneel, and let me look. Whether death or life awaits me, I am devoted utterly to this woman whom the gods have sent. Watching for the morning light with my eyes fixed on the east, suddenly by a miracle the sun came up in the south. It drew me away from everything else, the heath, the depths, the expanse of earth and sky. I looked only for her. I have eyes as near as a lynx in a tree top, but now I found myself fighting my way out of a deep dark dream. Could I see a thing? No. No, the battlements, the tower, the gate, such a goddess had come in sight. She dazzled me. I stood there and drank it in, forgetting my watchman's duty, forgetting to blow my horn. If this has around her skull, I still see only her beauty. I cannot punish an offense when I was the cause of it. Oh, what a relentless fate pursues me, making me turn men's hearts and heads, so that they spare neither themselves nor anything else was sparing. Abducting, seducing, fighting, shifting from place to place. Gods and demigods, heroes, yes, and phantoms dragged me about confusedly hither and thither. When there was only one of me, I caused trouble in the world, more trouble when there were two. Now that I am threefold, fourfold, is one calamity after another. Set this goldman free and let him depart. If a divinity turned his head, is no disgrace. It amazes me, O Queen, to see the sure marksman and the mark attend. I see the bow that spears the arrow, and I see the man it perished. And now comes arrow after arrow, piercing me. I feel and hear the feathered missiles whirring everywhere around. What am I now? In an instant you make my staunchest followers rebellions. You make my very walls unsafe. I fear the army will now go over to you, the conquering, unconquered heroine. What can I do but give you myself and all that I vainly thought was mine? I lay myself at your feet and accept you unreservedly as the ruler who, the moment she appeared, assumed the throne, carrying a chest, followed by men also carrying chests.
O Queen, here I come again, a rich man begging for a look. When I set eyes on you, I feel both poverty-stricken and fabulously rich. What was I before? What am I now? What can I now desire or do? What use is my near sight when you on your throne defeated? Out of the east we came, it was all up with the west. We were a multitude too vast to know how vast it was. If a man went down, another stepped in. A third was ready, lance in hand. There was always 100 to replace one. Thousands might fall. It went unnoticed. We drove and smashed our way forward, conquering place after place. Where one day my word was law, the next day it was another's turn, robbing, plundering, spying in haste, carrying off the prettiest of the women and the best of the cattle, and never leaving a horse behind. But I was on the look out for rarities. What satisfied others was worthless to me. I was always after treasure, trusting my sharp vision, seeing into pockets, seeing through caskets. I acquired gold in heaps and wonderful jewels. Emeralds alone are fit for you to wear over your heart. Let over pearls from the sea floor hang from your ears. Your red cheeks would outshine rubies. So here I set these riches at your feet, the spoils of many a bloody fight. I brought all these chests, but I have many more, hoped with iron. Let me be your follower, and I'll fit your treasure vaults, because no sooner did you mold the throne than everything submitted to you. Reason, wealth, power, all this that I clung to as mine now leaves me and is yours. I saw it's valuable. Now it is no more to me than weathered glass, but one happy glass from you will give it all its value back.
Take away this load of yours, so boldly acquired. Be quick about it, no reward, no reprimand. Everything the castle contains is already hers. Any particular gift is superfluous. Go and assemble these treasures never seen before. Put their magnificence on display. Make our vaulted halls as bright as the sky, a paradise of living lifelessness. Roll flowered carpets everywhere as a soft flowing for her to tread. Let her eyes, which only the gods can meet, dwell on a scene of utmost brilliance.
Your orders, sir, are simply fun. They're little sooner said than done. Her beauty is of such command it makes her mistress of the land. The army is abashed before her, their hands are limp, their swords are blunted. The sun itself is cold and dull, compared with her. Besides the wonders of her face, all the rest is empty space.
Off to Faust.
I want to speak with you. But come up here. Take the ruler's seat beside me and make my secure.
First, old lady, allow me to do you homage on my knees, then kiss the hand that lifts me up. Conform me as co-regent of your boundless realm, and make me your worshipper, your servant, and your guardian all in one.
I keep seeing and hearing things that surprise me, astonish me, and I have many questions to ask. But tell me first, why the man's words felt so strange and at the same time so friendly. One sum seemed to fit another. When a word has lodged in the air, a second word follows and kisses it.
If you like the way our people talk, you'll be delighted with this song. It will satisfy your ear and satisfy your mind. But the thing to do is to practice together at once. Conversing will encourage it, draw it out.
Well, tell me, then how I can speak that way?
It's easy. Trust your heart. Your heart will say, and when it is so full you cannot bear it, you cast about and wonder,
who will share it?
And now we neither look back nor before. The present is our joy.
What need we more?
It is our all, our treasure, our domain, and as a pledge,
I give my hand again.
Who would hold it against our mistress if she favors the lord of the castle? You mustn't forget, we're our captives, as we have been again and again. What with the collapse of Troy and the twists and trials of our endless journey.
Women used to having men may be experts, but they can't be choosers.
They take what comes and give the freedom of their luxury bodies alike to a fair-haired shepherd boy or a black and bristly fawn. They are getting closer and closer, leaning on one another, shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee, hand in hand, rocking to and fro on the great cushioned throne, not afraid of displaying their majesties' intimacy before the eyes of the people.
I seem so far away, and yet so near. But here I am and happy to say it.
I tremble. I can hardly breathe, hardly speak. It's all a dream, not of this world.
I feel both done with and newly made, involved in you, true to the unknown.
Don't pry into our unique fate. Our duty is to life now, if only for the moment. Entering in haste, spelling out your love story, trifling with it, idling, dawdling, brooding over it. There's no time for that now. Can't you hear a sounding, a trumpeting? Your distraction is near. Menelaus is approaching with his horse. Prepare for a bitter struggle. If they get hold of you, they'll mutilate you like Diphobus. You'll pay for your escort. These light girls will treat the hair, and the axe, newly sharpened, is waiting for her at the altar. Outrageous, this intrusion, jarring on my nerves. Even in time of danger, I hate precipitancy. The handsomest of messengers looks ugly if his news is bad. You, the ugliest of all, take pleasure in bad news only. But it won't work this time. Go on shaking the air with your empty praise. There is no danger here. If there were, it would be no more than an idle threat. Signals, explosions in the towers, trumpets and clarions, metal music. A powerful army marches past. No, indeed. I'll show you at once my heretic generals assembled and united. A man who can't protect his lady to the utmost doesn't deserve her favor. To the generals who detach themselves from the columns and step forward. You young blossoms from the north, you the strength and flower of the south, meet the enemy with a suppressed fury that will ensure your victory. The army, clad in glittering steel, has shattered empire after empire. It makes the earth shake under its tread. Thunder echoes in its wake. We landed at Palos. Old Nestor's days were past. The roving army broke up. The little kingdoms push Menelaus back to the sea at once. There let his Roman die in weight and plunder, following his destiny and his inclination as before. The Queen of Sparta bids me appoint you dukes. Lay your territories at her feet and reap the benefit from them. You Germans must defy the base of Corinth, you gods. Achaia, with its 100 goodies. The Frankish army will move to Hades, the Saxons to Messenia, and the Normans will clear up the seas and make Argolis great. Then each of you can settle down, while keeping up a sharp defense. But Sparta, the queen's ancient seat, will preside over you all. She will see you severally enjoying life in a land where nothing lacks. You will look confidently to her for approval and for justice. Faust comes down. The dukes form a circle round him, awaiting further instructions. Whoever desires to possess the fairest of women, let him be practical above all and see to his armory. Flattery may have won him earth's topmost prize, but he won't hold it easily.
看你们 will entice her away from him. Brave gods will boldly carry her off,
Letting give thought to this.
Accordingly, I command our ruler.
I rate him higher than others when I see him boldly making shrewd alliances, getting strong men on his side, ready to obey his orders instantly, each of them acting in his own interest, earning his overlord's thanks, and bringing glory to both.
Who can snatch her away from him now?
She is his, and he is strong. Let him keep her, as we have good reason to say, seeing that he is protecting us along with her behind his strong walls and with his mighty army in the field.
The gifts I have bestowed on these men are great, a rich country for each of them. But let them go now. We hold the central position. They will be with one another in protecting this all-but island, likened to Europe's farthest mountains by only a slight chain of hills, encircled by the running waves. The land of lands, may it give happiness to all the tribes, belongs now to my queen, who it has known from the moment she broke shining through her shell among the Eurytas's whispering reeds and dazzled her great mother and her brothers and sisters. This land looks only to you. It offers you its flowery wells. The whole earth is yours, but surely you put your home country first. And though the jagged summits of the mountain range are buried in the chilly sunlight, the rock is greening in patches and golds. There are nibbling scanty nourishment. Springs begin and join with others, and they come cascading down. Already the ravens, the slopes, the meadows are grey, and in the endlessly broken plain flocks of woolly sheep are gazing. Scattered cattle come cautiously to the precipice edge. But there is shelter for all in many rocky caves, where the god Pan protects them. Nature nymphs live in cool, moist places in the bushy clefts, and trees crowd trees with their branchwork reaching up aspirantly to higher regions. This is the ancient forest. The mighty oaks stand stiffly, zigzagging in their contours, while the gentle maples, reaching sweet sap, rise clear and carry the weight lightly. In the quiet shout, the mother earth's warm milk is always there for the lambs and the children. Fruit is not far to seek. Crops ripen in the fields, and honey can be found dipping from a hollow trunk. This is where well-being is hereditary, cheeks and lips ever fresh and happy. Each one is immortal in his place. They are healthy, they are contented, and so in perfect days the child grows to manhood. We are amazed. We ask and ask again whether these are men or gods. When Apollo lived among shepherds, he was so like them you couldn't discuss. where nature rules unchallenged. All the worlds are interlocked.
Sitting down beside her.
This is what we too have achieved. Let us put the past behind us. Remember, you are spared from the greatest of the gods, and in a special sense belong to the early world. No fortress must enclose you. This Arcadia lies not far from Sparta in all its internal yearnings, and bigger for us to dwell in with delight. If you agreed to live on such a heavenly soil, you would reach the happiest consummation. Our thrones would turn into arbors. Let us accept this Arcadian joy and freedom.